Hello, welcome to my channel, Lady D. This will be my weekly video that I do. Last week I was busy doing my cake for the competition, and I will put pictures up as soon as I can. I'm just waiting for the show to start, but I might put a picture up before then, maybe by Wednesday, maybe, or over the weekend. So this week we do have a full moon coming up, and that's going to be in Libra. But also today we have a conjunction with Uranus and Venus. So this conjunction can bring about unexpected things with relationships and also finances. So this could be a person coming back that you least expect. It could be unexpected communication from someone. Could be you might even see certain people changing sides of things coming up in the world. The money situation, unstableness around the world could come up with this transit. In our own lives, you will have unexpected with finances. Just an example for myself, what I got is I got an email from a website from a shoe place. I've ordered some shoes that were on sale. I really wanted them, and I thought when they go on sale I'll order them, and I did. And then I got an email back yesterday saying that there's a mistake and they couldn't do it, so they were asking me what do I want, refund or more shoes. So that for me was unexpected because they're usually pretty good. I've never had an issue with that place before. So just things like that can come up. It could be an unexpected job offer, could be a bonus, just unexpected with money and relationships with that transit. We've got as well with that today. We also have a trine with Mars and Saturn, and that's coming into next week as well, early next week. With that, I feel like that's going to give a bit of relief. And you're going to feel more certain about things and clarity to where you're going, and I feel like it's just like a sigh of relief with that transit. I feel like it's coming up when they're trines and more planets are more working together. We've also got next week a square with Mercury and Pluto. This is going to bring about this can be an ending of communication with someone. So with this transit, you might find that you stop communicating with someone, or something finally finishes. With that, it could be an aspect of feeling trapped or overwhelmed a little bit with that transit as well. We've also got Mercury with the node. With this, I feel like it could be an overthinking with this. This is going to bring about things to do with, is your finances stable? Have you done enough research? Is everything going to be okay in where we're going? It says it's going to be something here with your finances that's going to come up with this, as well as security in your environments and where you're going. We've also, it's going to be a life lesson with that. So whatever's going to come up, it's going to be something about the way you think and also communicate. And this is going to be a destiny point. So this will be some sort of life lesson that does come up. This will be on the 6th. So same time as the full moon is going to happen with that. We've also got the full moon. So the full moon that is happening here on the 6th of April, so Thursday 6th of April at 2:34 p.m. we do have that, and it is going to be an opposition to Chiron to this full moon. So it's going to be affecting relationships with this full moon, because Libra does rule relationships because it's in ruler of Venus. It's going to be also to justice as well, sort of laws too, because they want to fight for justice for Libras. What I got coming up here, it's going to bring up trust, creating balance, or wanting to create a balance. There's also going to be about whose side are you really on, or what side are you taking to. We've got here wanting to please others, because when we're looking at Libra energy, they want to do things for others. They want to please people. So this could be an over wanting to please others, taking too much on, not being able to say no with this full moon, and rising up in tensions, emotionally I feel like there could be an unstableness emotionally with that Chiron aspect there, sort of a poor me aspect, but taking a lot on, like too much on, and not wanting to give anything back because this need of pleasing people can come up. There's also a fight for justice here, creating law and order that's coming up, because when we're looking at Librans, they want justice. They want to fight for justice. If something's not fair, they don't like anything that's not fair. Things have to be fair. There have to be a balance here with Libra. They got the scales here. This can be a bit of health too with Libras. It is also Libra is also health as well. So this can create, because it is rules the 6th house. So this can bring up something to do with health issues or health things around in the world. We may hear about some other thing that's going to come out, but they're going to talk about the current viruses, or a new thing can come out potentially with that as well. But maybe yourself in your own life, looking after your health more, being a bit being on top of it and wanting to get more done with that too. It's also can feel like a spell is being lifted, and also emotional relief could come up with this full moon. But it could also be, I feel like, releasing of justice and what you want. And I feel like you're wanting to know what's clear in your life and where you're actually going, and the visions that you're happening to. I feel like on the world stage, there's going to be one of those weeks where it's like crazy times with uncertainty with the banks, with the money. So we've got a lot here to do with, like, we've got a lot here with Mercury coming up. We've got a lot here with Venus and with the other oppositions on the planets. I feel like it's going to be a big week that is coming up here. And then with that node aspect too, the life lesson, destiny points. And I feel like we almost make like we're wanting more too, where we're wanting more stability as well. And it's going to play in our mind. We do have Mercury going into Taurus on the 4th. So with Mercury going into Taurus, we are thinking about, as I said, our money. Do we have money in the right places? Do we need to change our investing? What's happening with the bank system? And thinking about our security. Am I in the right place here? So Tauruses rule earthly things, and things that also Taurus wants stability. You also might feel like you're a bit more slow moving. You might want to work more part of a team, because Tauruses are part of a team. You might be more thinking about things more, or thinking about them more slowly, more clearly, more precise, going down to that Taurus in Mercury in Taurus too. So we've got a lot of advantages coming up here. What's well I've got coming up for this week ahead, I've got people are wanting justice fast. Just with that full moon, they want a resolution, so they want it now. They don't want to have to wait 12 months. And I feel like people around the world, they've had enough, and we're seeing that with the Pluto in Aquarius. We've got this big taster here with Pluto in Aquarius. But you take your time with projects, and as I said, Tauruses, they like a bit taking their time. And if you have an argument with a Taurus, they can be a bit not fast with their comebacks, but they'll cut you down, but they're a bit not as fast as some other signs. We're not looking at like Mercury that's been in Aries, it's all been about yourself and more fast, and now it's going to Taurus, which is a bit more slower. So I've got here, think before you speak as well. So you might sort of be someone who sort of blurts out words. This week I feel like you need to sort of think first before you speak. Try not to judge people out loud. This is again with the whole speaking thing, thinking first. I feel like there's going to be aspects here where we all have thoughts, and we all think of, when we see people, we all have these thoughts in our heads. So it's about, be careful what you say. I feel like there could be people putting their foot in it a little bit. Finding joy in what you do. So, any tasks you're doing, projects, to find joy in that. Know when you make a mistake. So I feel like this is about owning up to mistakes that you make. So I feel like taking ownership of what you've done wrong, or how you can do things better. I feel like that's going to come up this week. And I've got people like Chinese whispers. I feel like there's going to be a lot of gossip coming around, Chinese whispers, not knowing who to believe, people talking behind people's backs. I feel like it's going to be a big thing this coming up this week. And I feel like people are going to be worried about finances and money this week. I feel like that's going to be a big thing that's coming up. People are overly worried about finances and things. with that. So it is I feel like it is going to be a big week. People, you find more aftershocks too, being in Taurus and the Uranus here. Could be some aftershocks to do coming up here with earthquakes as well this week too, I feel coming up. Let's do some cards. So cards am I going to be doing this week here? I'm going to use my angel cards. Let's have a look. I just feel like mostly people want stability. People are wanting stability. They want certainty. They want clear things. Like they want clear instructions. They want to know what's coming up. This digital ID is really taking coming in fast, and I feel like that's also the Pluto in Taurus here, and I feel like that is going to come in, but I don't feel panic with that. I don't feel panic in that. Just remember that the light always wins. Let's have a look here. Okay. Right, job security is going to be coming up here. I feel like, and also making a step up with, whenever I see this card, and the first card that came out, I feel like it's to do with stepping up with your career, with your job, feeling more responsibility, or having to step up in some way. But I feel like we want more. It's also about wanting more certainty in your roles, in your work. We've got businesses that, you know, some businesses they're failing at the moment. They're not doing so well. Because this is also going in with contracts. They're going to be and it's going to be like, I feel like an unsureness about signing contracts. Do I sign this contract? Do I not sign it? Is this the right move that I'm making for me and my family? And I feel like there's a focus here on family too, but also people arguing about money, like relationships. There could be an aspect of meeting new people coming into our life and new relationships. When I see this card, it's someone new coming into our life, so that could be coming in as well this week. It's like I feel like our brains, our minds are going to be very scattered this week. We're going to have a lot on. We're going to be like, I feel like there's going to be a lot of anxiety, like tensions coming up, but at the same time I do feel like there's a lot of pleasantness. There's going to be a lot of joy in things that we like the most in our lives, the things that give us joy. I feel like if we spend time with people that we like, with family, or even like with your kids, it's going to be more of a pleasant week. But there's just going to be these nagging things in our mind, overthinking about things that's happening around the world. And then it might be like you're daydreaming too, like you're daydreaming, your head's in the clouds this week, and it's like people trying to get your attention because you're sort of in a zone, daydreaming. And I kind of feel like when we're looking around the world, governments not knowing what to do or how to handle certain situations. And with that, what's happening in France, I feel like I predicted that that was what I predicted when I had my video in my Europe predictions, where I was seeing their prime minister or president, I'm not too sure what they call him, I saw him like in an office, everyone trying to get him. So another prediction that I had, but it was for last year, but it's coming together now this year. So that was an actual prediction that I had, and that is the Pluto coming into Aquarius. We just got Misty in the back there sleeping. So she moved now again. You'll see a black thing move, and it's my cat. So there's a lot of tensions and worry. I feel like these things, the governments, they're not knowing how to handle certain things. They're trying to dry up the money as well. I feel like money is trying to be dried up, but there's going to be a push back on that. I feel like they're going to keep making these little movements and adjustments, and I feel like they're going to do it, and there'll be a line where they cross, and people will push back on it. But I feel like this week it's a very mixture of things with the cards. I feel like you need to take time out for yourself this week. Things aren't going to be seen clearly. You're not going to have clear. You will have that trine that's for a couple of days early next week. But other than that, there's an aspect of not really having a clear vision of things. And I feel like you're going to be overthinking things. And it's going to be like, I want to feel stable. I want to feel secure, because we've got that Taurus energy. And it's going to be like, no, we don't. And what do we do? Which can get you in this overthinking mode. That's coming up here too. So just take your time and breathe. But but those who are in arguments, relationships aren't going so well, there could be someone new coming into your life too. But it's also, but I feel like there's a lot of focus here on family. It could be even that you're trying for a baby, but there's focus on family and also with the career, taking that next step up. And I feel like a big thing is going to be about feeling security. Am I feeling secure? And even in your beliefs, and you're wanting to, like you're wanting to have more too. And I just feel like a lot of overthinking things as well. It'd be like some of the things do iron out, some of the creases are ironing out, but there's a thing, yeah, too. As well as my predictions, I did predict at that New South Wales election that Libra would win, so he did win. I could see that coming in, and a lot of my private readings that I've been doing for people, I kept on seeing things to do with him, to do with what they do. So yeah, it's not a great, but things have to happen before people to, things have to get harder for people to fight back, which what will happen with the Pluto in Aquarius. But anyways, I'll do a channel now to see where what else I can get. This full moon is going to open up people's eyes. They're going to be bigger, brighter, and wiser. For people you haven't heard of in a while can come back into your life with these transits that's coming in. People you least expect will come in and say hello. There'll be a time in which you feel guilty about something, and for others, you'll be wanting to seek pleasure in mysterious ways. This full moon is going to bring the best of you, but can also bring the worst of you. Try to not go into anything negative. Try not to gossip or to put anyone down. Try to be positive through this full moon and through this whole week ahead. For you try to be positive, for good things will happen. You'll see whether or not you have made a difference or not by the end of the week. For others may want to try and put you down this week and make you fall. You'll rise up and you'll show them all. We bid you good day, we say good night, and we'll see you again next week when the new week is dawning. Okay. Alright, I want to do my Alice in Wonderland cards, I think, for the 4-card spread. Let's see if I can get them. Let's see. Here they are. Okay. Okay. So the cards, 1, 2, 3. I'm paranoid about pausing the video from last time when the volume went funny. So, alright, let's see. Card number 1, which is this card here. So this card here, I feel like it's about teaching others. It's about good communication. You're very happy with yourself and the way you brought up your children. I feel like you're very proud of your children, where they are. You're very much, this week for you, I feel like it's going to be very pleasant if you stay in a very neutral space for yourself. And for your kids. I feel like you're having to stand up for your kids a bit this week. There could be something ending or some person walking away from you, but I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I feel like it's a positive thing. It's a positive outcome where something's signed off. I do feel like there could be a contract you're having to sign or something you're signing off on this week too. Card number 2. This card here. There's a bit of chaos this week. You don't know where you're heading. So I feel like you're free falling or falling. You're really, and I feel like with your work, you're really trying to amp up the work. You're trying to get some more responsibility taking place. You've got to take ownership of what you're doing as well. You're really, there's someone there who's a bit greedy at your work. You're really there, but it's like you're free falling. You'll find your feet, and I feel like by Friday, by next week, we come back, you've found your feet, and you're feeling more, you are feeling more free. There's a lot of hard work for you this week, and you're going to feel like everything's upside down. 2. Card number 3, which is this card here. This card here, it's like you've met your match of the yin to your yang. There could be a new person coming into your life, could be relationships, could be love. But I feel like with this new match, with this new person coming in, they're very like black or white, like right or wrong. with this. They want to start something new with you. They want a fresh start for themselves. They are looking for fresh opportunities to come with them. They are wanting, I feel there's also nervous energy with this card, something about feeling nervous too. But I feel like the new day is dawning. It's going to be, there is a good surprise for you. This card number 4. With this card, you're in a bit of a mood this week. You really don't care about things, or you're trying to teach someone a lesson. You've got a lot going on, and you've got too many, like not enough, what's that saying? Too many chiefs, not enough Indians going on. But you're really trying to teach someone a lesson, or bossy, but at the same time, you want to take some time out for yourself. You're enjoying your private space this week. You don't want anyone to interfere or to come in and to boss you around, but you're really holding up your own thing. There's a lesson to learn for you this week. This card is a big lesson for you to learn, that I feel. Okay. I have done the horoscopes. I'm just editing them. So I'll get them up as soon as I can. I'll get them up for you. And so I've done my cake. I finished that. I'll put the photos up. I might do it tonight or early next week. I'll put one photo up. Just see, and then I'll put my social media up, more up when the show starts, which is next Thursday. And yeah, we're a week away from Easter, so next week we come back will be Good Friday for me, Easter. So I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you for your likes, shares, and your comments, and I will see you for my next video. So bye for now.